This is Sunday, January the 19th, and I'm standing in Grandview Mobile Home Park, and I'm looking at a 1971 Fleetwood trailer, which we've been working on now for several weeks. This trailer is being completely rebuilt in order to take it up to Piute Mountain, which is roughly 5,000 feet. So to start with, this trailer needed to have all new windows, thermal windows. The old windows were leaking air and wouldn't close right. And so that work has already been accomplished. In order to do that, it turned out that we had to reframe the windows. We'll see that when we go inside. In addition to the windows, the entire trailer was taken apart because termites had gotten into it all around the areas of the bathroom and so forth. Bathroom's being rebuilt, in fact reshaped, and it's also being rewired, because the wiring that was in it was aluminum. So it's partway under construction, as I say. The walls have been removed. We'll go inside now. And you can see all the walls have been removed, even the ceiling, and you can see the kind of structure there is up here in the ceiling. These are the ceiling joists. They're trusses. They're made out of 1x2 and 1/8" plywood, laminated together. Believe it or not, they're pretty strong. I weigh over 200 pounds, and I've hung on these things, and they didn't come loose. Now, what was up here before was Celotex. You can see kind of the remains of it just around the edges. You can see a little bit in this corner. You can get an idea of flavor. And then it had a membrane in there. This plastic material you see here. Okay? Now, we've removed the membrane because when we get in it, we're going to... there's a better shot of the membrane, and now you can see the work that we did on the windows here. See, all new walls were put in from floor to ceiling. Now this window here eventually will come out, because this thing's going to have a cabana built over it. And when we take out this window, it's already framed in there just for an archway. All new insulation, roof and ceiling. The roof will be R19. The walls will be R11. The floor is minus a little, but there's not too much we can do about that right now. You can see this window here was framed in, all new framing. We're coating the floor. In fact, we've already done it. When they build these things, they put down a floor with linoleum, and they do it in one whole sheet. Now, we want to carpet and tile and hardwood this floor, so we laid down 1/4" plywood over the linoleum, so we would have a good surface to put our mastic to for the tile and the hardwood. Here's the kitchen. This is where the kitchen will be. Standing in it. This fan right here is going to come out, and that means we have to replace the wallboard. New bedroom windows, much larger than the ones that used to be in there. Notice it's all framed in around them with good framing. We'll give you an idea what the framing looked like when we step back here and look at this sliding glass door. You can see what the framing used to look like. That will be the front door that we put in. Let's just walk up in here a little bit more. This is the new back door that we framed in. It's a wooden door, swings in instead of out. This was the flue for the old gas furnace, but this home is going to be all electric when it gets in the mountains. And so what we'll be putting in here instead of a gas furnace is a heat pump and air conditioner. Cost of that was around $1,200. A little over $1,200, about $1,250 to buy it. Now, if we step back here and look, you can see this door. Now, notice how they framed this door. There's not even a stud underneath the header to support it. just nailed in there. Not very good construction. We'll be redoing this. This glass sliding door will come out. The front door that we showed you laying down there will be put in. And, you know, here's some of the wiring still in the wall, but most of it's been taken out by now. Used to have a 50 amp panel in it. You can see here the Celotex up there in the top's been cut away. We're going to use drywall, 1/2 inch drywall in here for the finish wall, and we're going to finish it. You can see how they just wrapped a thin layer of insulation. That might do all right down here in Los Angeles, but it surely wouldn't do any good up in the mountains. You see, here's the kitchen window, the way it's framed. Okay. Now, in here, we got to replace some of the skin on the outside. We'll go outside and have a look at that. We've already bought the skin. 3 sheets of it cost $77. And we've ordered a door for the hot water tank. Now, the hot water tank will go down here. Since it's electric, it'll be a 30-gallon hot water tank for this 480 square foot home. And we'll be able to build a linen closet above it. And so it will go in there. We ordered a door for that goes on from the outside. It's a metal door. It's a 1/2 inch thick. It's got insulation in it. We may have to add some more. But it just fits right in, and we don't have any problems with that. And above here, in the bathroom over the toilet, we will have a window. The window hasn't arrived yet, but it'll be a thermal window. Now, when this thing was here before, you can see this hole here. That's where the bathroom window was before. That window we took out, and that's where the tub was. The tub was along that wall. Now, let's just step over a little bit more here. Okay, we're back. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to put the tub along here. We haven't got it in yet. In fact, we're almost ready to frame these walls in. So the bedroom, we're standing in the bedroom now looking back at the living room. The living room is a real mess because this home had a lot of stuff. Now, we've saved the carpet because we can reuse it in the bedroom, and we might be able to use that other piece of carpet in the bedroom we're going to build in the cabana that we add over the top of this. The rest of this stuff piled in there belongs to my wife, you know. Christmas stuff left over. It's January now, so Christmas just ended, and we haven't had a chance to put that back in storage. This is the refrigerator that used to be in this home. It's going to be replaced with a side-by-side. And that'll be the kitchen right there. It'll have an electric stove. The electric stove will go right in here. We will vent above it instead of out. We'll have a microwave over it, some cabinets, and the vent will go through the roof. We haven't got that in yet. Then we will have, this will be the kitchen window, and the sink will go there, drain boards around the side and out this way. Right about here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but on the floor here, we put some marks. I guess can't really see them. Well, there's one right there. There's one right there. That's the corner cuts. You see, there's 2 of them, and there's the other 2 right there. That's where the heat pump will sit. So it's marked off, and it's ready to cut, but the heat pump hasn't arrived, so we don't know exactly how big to make the hole. Now, this floor was glued down with a mastic adhesive and screwed about every 6 or 8 inches with wood screws down to the existing floor. Dining area is right here. Living room, like I say, eventually will become the family room, will be in there. So that's about where we're at today. We will continue to record on this tape as we make progress. You can see this is all open. One of the things we plan to do today is to close up these holes in here to keep the weather out, because we may be expecting some weather in the next week or so. You can see what they do here is they put a 1x2 band that kind of runs around the trailer of wood here, and then they screw the sheeting onto that from the outside. This stud here was replaced because the one that was in there was eaten up by termites. You can see that that's doing a better job now. Now, what we have to do down here is right up here in these corners, we have to add a nailer that we can nail the ceiling to, because there's no joist in this sticking out, and we also have to put nailers in the corner here, upright stud, because when they build these things, they build the walls separately and finish the inside and then bring them in. Used to have plywood on it, 1/8" plywood. That's all been removed, and we'll be adding 1/2" sheetrock, like I said. And we'll put a knockdown finish on it. It'll be very handsome. Floor in the living room will be hardwood. The floor in the kitchen and the bathroom will be tile. We will not put those in until we get it located, because in the movement they would crack. And we won't put the cabinets in. The cabinets are going to be made out of either ash or oak. We haven't decided yet. And we'll be building those, and we'll take them up and install them once the trailer's relocated. Okay, well, that's it for now. Our task today is to put some blocking down here along the floor that we can nail sheetrock to later. Also up here in the ceiling. This has been a lot of fun, a real experience. Never tore into a mobile home before. They are very much different than a house, the way they're constructed. So the reconstruction is a lot different too. But it's going to be, we think, the best built mobile home ever made when we finished with it. The only thing we have to worry about is in transportation. The wheels under this are built to haul 12,000 pounds. By adding sheetrock, we have to be very careful of our weight. So anyhow, we'll leave it for now, and we'll be back a little bit later, probably today, to show you what how it looks with the skin on it, with all the new skin on it that we bought. I did want to show you the outside. There's the kitchen window again. That's that fan we saw on the inside. It's got to come out, and we'll put a different kind of light up there. That one's not very handsome. This is where the bathroom window was. You can see we got to replace this panel right here, and the one next to it, and the one next to that. So there'll be 3 new panels go in here, and this has to be cut out for the door for the hot water tank. We have to put some sticks across there to screw the new paneling to. This awning is going to have to come down before we can finish the living room, before we can put the door in, because we need to get at the screws that hold the sheet metal in up above it. So it has to come down, and that's okay, because we're not going to reuse it anyhow. We forgot to mention that underneath there were some real problems in the floor. We did put some new subflooring down where it was rotted. You can see the edge of it here under that stud, the 5-ply, the exterior plywood there. And we also replaced a lot of the floor joists, so made that floor sturdy. It used to be a little bit on the weak side. Okay, now we're going to go away, and we'll come back. And well, it's afternoon now. Worked all day on this thing. Doesn't look like I did much, but we got these pieces in here ready to go for the closet wall, and we cut all of the material that we're going to need to put the closet in. The closet will be right there. Actually, that piece laying on the floor will be in the ceiling. The hot water tank wall is in. See, it's been put in. The hot water tank, there, it'll fit right in there. And this lumber down here will be for the closet wall, which will also make up the back wall of the hot water closet and bathroom. Also the piece that you'll see sticking out by the sink. Now, we also spent a lot of time this morning trimming up this edge piece up here, up in here, getting that Celotex cut back so it's flush, so when we get ready to put in the sheetrock, we'll be able to get a good job. And then we put in this piece of 2x4 up in there as a nailer to nail the sheetrock to, or to screw actually the sheetrock to. Couldn't get this down here tight all the way, but we'll take care of that when we do it. And then we put in this corner piece, the corner nailer, and finally we put in the blocking around the floor.